Hello, hello. Can everyone hear me okay? Let me check my microphone. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, thanks, Tammy. Well, that was the wrong intro, obviously, because it's not Saturday, it's Wednesday. Hi, Patty. Hey, Jim. All right. So, I thought I should have checked that before I went live, but coulda, woulda, shoulda. So now we know. Yay. All right. So today we are going to use the Waves of Inspiration stamp set and the Waves dies. And you can find these in the annual catalog. The stamps are on page 113. And hopefully this looks clear to everybody. I know I say this every week, but per usual, things end up looking grainy on my screen, but they're not supposed to be. So hopefully it looks okay. So here's the stamp set, and then you can find the coordinating dies on page 167 down here at the bottom. And there's my creaky chair. And here's what the stamp set and the dies look like. Okay, great. Thanks, Tammy. There is a die missing from here because I am going to do some die cutting today. But there's another wave that goes in here. So that is what they look like in real life. And I'll show you the cards we're going to make today. So there is one of them. And thank you so much for being patient while I recovered last week. I was not feeling well. And then we had a move to finish up over the weekend as well. And it was a lot more than we expected. So there are the cards that we're going to make today. And I don't know if you can see a lot of the detail when it's far away, but I don't even know if you can see it up close. Not really. This is embossed. And then I did something fun for the embossing on that one as well. So I'll leave that out. We're going to make that one first. So when you get, thanks, Patty. Thank you, Tammy. So when you get your card kits, I have pre-cut some of the pieces. So you will get the paper to stamp and die cut some of the pieces, and then I provide some of the other ones. So for example, the first card, you will have your pretty peacock card base, and then you will have a piece of crumb cake that is embossed with the splatter folder. And then there's a piece of pecan pie and a piece of DSP from the Earth and Elegance. And then what you will need to do on your own, and like I said, the paper will be provided for this, you will need to stamp and die cut one of the pelicans. And you will also need 2 of the seagulls die cut in white. And while you're stamping your pelicans, you can go ahead and stamp and die cut 3 total because you'll need 3 of them. Let me grab my bone folder here. So let's go ahead and adhere our card base, or not adhere our card base. How about we fold it instead of adhere it? And I finally unclogged my glue bottle. So we'll go ahead and adhere this. And as with any of our embossing folders, you can use the debossed side if you like. Sorry, I hope this, I'll try to do some dabbing because you can hear it scraping across the paper. So go ahead and adhere that down, center it as best you can. I don't know if that's, sometimes it's hard to see. I don't normally stand when I craft, but sometimes it's hard to see if stuff is centered when you're sitting down. I don't feel like that's centered. But this is the joy of liquid glue, right? That you can move it around. Then you'll take your piece of pecan pie. I need to get a rubber band for my little lid here. Keeps flopping around. And just do the same thing again. Center your pecan pie on the crumb cake there. And what I tried to do for these cards, because when this stamp set was released, we had paper that coordinated with it for a limited time. And so I tried to go through some of the papers that we currently have in the annual catalog and find things that looked like they could be water. So I thought this pattern from the Earth and Elegance worked well. And then on another card, we will use a piece from the Gone Fishing, DSP pack. Oh, and we also need a sentiment. So you'll stamp Happy Birthday in Pretty Peacock, if you choose, onto basic white, and then die cut it with the die that's inside the die set. So let's go ahead and adhere our birds. Maybe. I don't want to squeeze the glue too hard. I'm actually going to get my tweezers here in a second. And one of the things that I did for popping up elements on these cards was I used my foam strips instead of dimensionals, because, for example, with this sentiment, you can see that there is the twine behind it. If someone can tell me the correct name, silver threaded twine. And to pop it up, I just made a channel on the back for the twine to go through, which I'll show you in a second. Let me get this other bird down here. And then we'll go ahead and pop up our pelican first. And I just thought that these worked really well because of the thinner strips. I wasn't having to cut down dimensionals or cut up foam sheets. Oops, I'm off screen, sorry. And then I can just put one here where his head is, which is a very narrow spot. And get him to just pop up super easy. Just like that. So my bird's wing wants to pop up. And then for the happy birthday, like I said, I made a channel on the back so the twine can go through. So I've got my piece of twine over here already. But I'm just going to thread it through either of these ends. Oops. And then I'm just going to take a foam strip, and you don't need a foam strip all the way across because part of this is going to overlap the pelican. And if you put the foam strip all the way across, you're going to have too much height on one side. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue right here, maybe. to adhere to the pelican if necessary, or to the wood. And I'll cut this end off. These were just a little too long. And there you have it. Easy peasy. And I could probably put a little bit more of a foam strip under there. That's it. Whoop, my scissors are making noise. And once my adhesive dries, I'll erase the rest of that with my adhesive eraser. So there you have it. First card. Super simple. All right, let me pick up a few things here. And we will move on to card number 2. Thanks, Patty. Thank you, Tammy. I'm glad you guys like them, or like that one. Okay, so this one uses a boho blue card base. And then we have the piece of paper from the Gone Fishing pack. And then here I have a piece of basic white that, I'm seeing if I can turn it to the side. Will it focus? I can't tell if you guys can see, but it has been embossed with the rope 3D embossing folder. And then I've taken one of the circles from Stylish Shapes and have cut that out of the center. I really like it, Tammy. The gray mat is really fabulous and it wipes off really easy. Now, like Patty's mentioned before, stuff does, you can't just easily wipe certain things off of it. So I'll either use like a damp rag or my lint roller, something like that. But yesterday I put my box on top of here and it got like stuff all over it and it just wiped right off. So it was really nice. Okay, so we have this. And then you are also going to need to die cut 2 clouds, a large one and a small one, from basic white paper, which will be included in your kit. You will, of course, need another pelican. And then on a piece of basic white, you're going to want to stamp this sentiment and then just trim it down to your preference. You don't have to cut at an angle if you don't want to, whatever works for you. So that's what we will need for this card, along with 2 birds. Oh, I can, Patty, I can resend you the link for the lint roller. Not a problem. I'll do it after my video. You might also want to check Sam's Club. Here, a lot of times we get them at Costco because they come in a larger quantity, and we use lint rollers a lot because we have cats. But Sam's Club might have a really good deal too, but I will send you a link for that. Oh, you already bought it, but you could be with your space suite that you lost somewhere. Oh Lord. Maybe Eric knows where it's at. That's too funny. Okay, so you'll need 2 birds cut from holographic paper. So I should probably not put all of these on there. So those are the little elements that you are going to need to complete the card. Pick up this bird. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and fold our card base. Aliens took it. Aliens are doing everything, I swear. All right, so once you fold that, you will have this piece in your kit, and you're going to want to adhere this just straight down onto the cardstock because we are going to pop up the white panel. Stampin' Aliens for sure. So that's going to go over the top, and I'm going to use foam strips to adhere this as well. It's quicker than dimensionals, but you could also cut foam sheets. I actually think I am out of foam sheets and keep forgetting to reorder them. No surprise. This would be easy to make into a shaker card as well, if you wanted to do that. And I'm just going to put one there and one sort of up the top, at the top. I know, isn't that true, Patty? I know, out of foam sheets. I tell you, you know, I always put them on my rewards along with other things like adhesive and stuff, so I can stay, you know, have plenty of stock. And I haven't been so good about that lately. The other day, I realized I had opened my last pack of thick basic white. So I was like, oh, I've already peeled the adhesive off of that. Okay. So I had to order more packs of that, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I just keep running out of stuff so quickly. All right. So let's go ahead and adhere our panel down. Again, trying to get it as straight. Hopefully I'm not making anybody sick. Straight there. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere the pelican. And the foam sheets are so great. I wonder if we can convince Stampin' Up to sell them in a larger quantity. I just want to, there we go. Get him a little bit more straight. And then I just have this leftover piece right here of a foam strip from the other card. And I'm going to stick that on his part of his head there, but just cut off a little bit. It's like doing surgery, but not life-saving. Cut off a little bit more. There we go. So that he's stable. And we'll go ahead and adhere our clouds. Now, in your kits, you will be getting a couple pieces of holographic paper to cut something we are going to use on the next card, to cut the wave. And that will have an adhesive sheet on it. And so I would suggest you cut your silver birds from that as well. That will make them easier for you to stick down instead of using glue. I just was cutting from scraps of my paper. Patty's going to, Tammy's been out of foam sheets for about a month. Patty's going to disown us. Uh-oh. Tammy. You know, I do admit sometimes it's like when the new catalog comes out, you know, if I have to decide between replenishing foam sheets and a stamp set, I'm probably not going to replenish my foam sheets. I'm the kind of person that loves that stuff as gifts, though. Like, I love practical gifts. Like if my husband or my kids got me foam sheets for Christmas, I would totally be thrilled. Because I don't know, I don't tend to buy, I don't know. Okay, I don't know what happened there. The stream was just gone on my end. Did it go away for you guys too? Hopefully it's back for you guys. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Am I back for you guys? Okay, sorry. I don't know what happened. Unless you know what, I may have bumped something. I don't think I did, but I might have bumped the hide on stream. I'm sorry. I don't know why this has paper on it. I'm just going to wait and see if Patty can see me again before I keep going. Hopefully she doesn't think it's her and her modem. Yes, you were gone. Okay. Okay. Sorry, Patty. I think I bumped my trackpad and my cursor was on the thing where you can show or hide on stream on my monitor. I think I hid myself on stream. Haha. Okay, good. So we're back. But as I was saying, I love practical gifts. Get me adhesives, get me chamois, get me all the stuff that isn't super fun to buy, right? I love that kind of stuff. All right. And then we are going to adhere our sentiment. No, Patty, I see your comments. I see that it says, is it blank for everyone else? And then I see you said, yes, you were gone. I had to click play to get you back. Yes, I've commented. Are my comments not showing? I think it was just a delay, Patty. So I think I was seeing your comments, but I don't know. But yes, I see your comments. I think we were just off sync. Are you not seeing your comments? So here's card 2. I wish the darn embossing would show. Maybe it's showing and it's just not showing on my end. There, you can see it a little bit. So hard with white. There's even some embossing on the clouds. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, so card 2 is done. And then our last card is going to be this one. Good. I'm glad that you can see it. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell on my end, or just hard to tell in general with white. Patty, if you're still here, let me know. So this is going to be even harder to see. But for this card, the 2 pieces we're going to need to have cut are a pelican, and then you're going to want to stamp this sentiment on a piece of boho blue with Misty Moonlight ink, and just cut it out. Sorry, I realized I had not pulled my embellishments for this next card, so I'm trying to dig through my bin here. Oh, okay, there's Patty. Okay, good. Yeah, I really like the rope folder. I was trying to go through all of my stuff and see, okay, what do we have that could be water, ocean, something like that. So, okay, good. I know sometimes I'm saying something and, with the timing and everything, and I just wanted to make sure you were here before I got too much further in. So, okay, so this is the card we're going to make. You'll need these 2 pieces. And then this month not this month, but this week with my card class, when you place a $35 order, you get the card kits for free per usual. And then this week I'm doing the rusted metallic dots as a free gift with the purchase of 50 or more. Obviously your pack will be brand new and full, but this is what they look like. So our next card has a Misty Moonlight base. There's the holographic paper. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but this is something I really like to do. Now, I know Stampin' Up! Calls them masks. I call them stencils. And the reason I don't call them masks is because a mask is for covering up. So I call them stencils. So we have stencils / masks, and I like to use them for embossing. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Let me know. But I went ahead and ran this piece of paper with a stencil / mask from the, let's see, what's it called? It is called the Foursquare Decorative Masks. So it's this set of masks right here. This is the one that I used. And I just ran it through my embossing machine with the regular die cutting sandwich. So you can hopefully see it there. And it's very subtle, but it is just, it's such a neat technique. So that's going to be our white panel. And then the silver is going to be used to cut our wave. But we need to do some stamping first so that we can get this wave and this silver wave and then cut them on a circle. So let me move that envelope out of the way. So what I've done is I have taken the piece of paper that I'll use for my wave. I don't need, nope, it just glitched on my end. I don't need the full size of the wave because we're not going to use the entire wave. So I've gone ahead and mounted that. So if you have a stamp positioner, this is a great time to use it. I'm trying to find, there we go. I was trying to find my blue daubers. I do not, Patty. I just used our regular cutting sandwich. So platform 1, platform 2, and then acrylic plates. You can put a shim in there if you want to. I've also done it with the embossing sandwich for the 3D folders. So plate 1 and plate 4. But that I just did with the die cutting plate. Okay, so for this wave, a majority of it is going to be in boho blue. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up my wave. Hold on a second. Let me do this real quick. There we go. And then we are going to use some Misty Moonlight just on, do you like how I'm inking my stamp and you can't even see it? Sorry, let me do this. Let me turn my stamp apparatus that way. Okay, sorry about that. So ta-da, we have now inked a stamp. Okay, we're going to take some Misty Moonlight. And we are just going to put that on some parts of the wave here. I have never tried a silicone mat with ours, Patty, because it's not a regular sandwich. And even though I do have one, I didn't want to mess up my machine. So I just ran it through with a sandwich we have. Sometimes I put a shim in there. It just depends. And then we are just going to go ahead and stamp. Sorry, I've got everything under my stamp apparatus, so it's all wobbly. And so there we have it. So we just kind of have a two-tone stamp. And I just had this adhered down with some removable adhesive. And then we need to die cut our wave. Now, when I put these on a circle, I am going to cut them both at the same time. I'm going to adhere this wave that we're going to cut to the circle and cut them. If you do not have circle dies, if you don't have circle dies, you can go ahead and cut around the edge of the circle to cut off your wave, if that's what you would like to do. Whoops, hot dog. Flicking everything around here. And this is when I was mentioning you can use this piece of silver paper for your birds. Pardon the pop if there is one. All right. Move that out of the way for a second. So here we have our die cut. Look at all these little, I love these little silver pieces. Sorry if they're blinding anybody. I have to get my, take your pick tool out here. Whoops, wrong end. We don't need putty to pop out this little piece. I don't know if he cut out, which, there we go. That'll just come off with the paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just line this up really quick because I'm going to cut off this excess paper right here. We aren't going to use this whole sheet anyway. And then I'll go ahead and take the adhesive off the back so I can adhere it down. And you will receive a die cut circle in your kit to stamp the wave on. Then you can adhere your silver wave on top of that and cut around the edge if you would like, so that it's an entire circle shape. If you have circle dies at home that you would rather use, you can use the method I'm doing. Okay, so there we have our wave on our wave. And then what I'm going to do is take this circle from the Stitch Shapes. It's the same one I used to cut out the circle from the center of the piece of rope embossed paper. And just put your circle where you want it, whatever part of the wave you want it to cut out. I got to get my plates in an E here. I feel like I'm using, give me 1 second. I want to look at the sample card because for some reason I feel like I'm using the wrong size circle. Hold on a second. Let me grab the bigger one. I am. So I'm not using the same circle. Good thing that didn't go through. I actually used this bigger circle. It's been over a week since I made these. I'm surprised I remembered as much as I did. I mean, I already had the colors and everything on my website, but sorry, hold on. These are wibbling around, not behaving, but I didn't want to bring my big one all the way over. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this all together. I'm going to run it back and forth just because it's a thicker paper. And there you have it. Now you can do whatever size circle you would like. It doesn't have to be the same size as mine. And then before we adhere anything, I have some flicking to do. So I just have my light crumb cake cardstock. Let me turn this. It's kind of hard for me to do it the opposite direction. All right, so we'll bring our card base in and fold that. And we can adhere our panel down. Wow. Look at all that glue. Sorry for that must have been a blob that was in there that we had clogged it earlier. So again, just center it the best that you can. I'm gonna back up and wipe off my glue, get that blob out of there. Thanks, Patty. Okay, and then we can go ahead and attach our circle. That still has some temporary adhesive on the back of it there. Oops. Okay, and we've got our pelican who's going to go right there. And I am actually just going to put him flat this time, but you can pop him up if you like. You know, it really, I'll tell you what, while it has there's been some challenges with the late release of the holiday mini, I will say that it has really forced me to use things in my stash that have not been given attention. And it's really been a fun process. I've really enjoyed using some of my, older is not the best word, but you know what I mean, carryover products. It's just been a lot of fun. And then trying to find things that would work, because, you know, the DSP that was with this was a limited time, has been gone for a while, and we don't have, you know, really any traditional water themed paper. The paper that was with the By the Bay suite did not carry over, so that's gone. So it's been fun. So I just use the foam strips again to pop this up, but that is so not straight. But yeah, I think these make really good masculine cards. And then we are going to use some of the rustic metallic dots to add some more to the card. And I thought these went really well. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I appreciate that. I tried. And so there's card 3. This holographic paper, I thought, I'll never use that. What am I going to use that for? Well, let me tell you, I use it for a lot. I love this paper. All right, let me move some of this stuff out of the way, and I will grab the other cards. Not that I can pick up anything. Okay. So let's see. Let me get the other one. Oh, so much stuff. So there's the first one. We have our second one. Oops. And there's the third card. Oops. And see, they're totally straight in front of me when I'm not looking in the camera. But when I look on screen, they're not. There we go. So those are the cards for this week. And then I will also have my Saturday video up. It is a short one. It's only about 20 minutes this week. So hopefully you can find time to join us. on Saturday, but if not, there's always the replay. So there you have it. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can reach out via any of the links in my YouTube description or on social media, and I'd be happy to answer those for you. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and have a great week, and I will see you Saturday. Thanks, everybody. Bye.